ultimately took that all in-house. And when I say in-house, I mean literally in my house, because again, we're a one-person business right now. The warehouse exists in my attic. Hey everyone, my name is Nick Savory. I'm the owner of Mecha Warehouse, and basically the doer of all things around here. I pack all the orders, I do all the buying, all the shipping, all the marketing. It's a one-man show right here up in my attic. So what I wanted to talk about today was actually kind of the origin story, the brief version of the Mecha Warehouse history and kind of how we got started. So I guess all this begins in 2016. In October, I was in Japan for the Kyokushin World Championship. For those who are not into that particular martial art, Kyokushin is just a form of karate. I was there to compete in the World Championship, and I had two interesting stops along the way. The first was an amazing toy store in Tokyo, and it's hard for me to describe what it was like walking into that toy store, but they had a whole floor pretty much dedicated to things like gunpla and hobbies in general. And that was my first taste of gunpla. I was always into Gundam as a kid. I kind of grew up in the Toonami era all through high school, middle school, watching Gundam Wing on Toonami, a little bit Dragon Ball Z and those shows, and but I'd completely forgotten about it when I went to college. So stepping into that toy store was like a reconnection with my youth. A few days later, we actually came across a museum in Shizuoka, and so Shizuoka is actually like the model capital of Japan. A lot of the major model manufacturers in Japan are based in Shizuoka, including Bandai, the maker of all these gunpla kits that we love. And man, they had a whole rooms full of built kits, models very well done. I was just enamored. So as soon as I got home, I was ordering my first kits, building kits, and getting into the hobby. A few years later, because I was in trouble, I do some engineering consulting. I still have that business. I still operate that business, but it's definitely been phasing out over the last few months. And but I had kind of a short, rough patch. Things weren't going super well, and I was realizing that I was kind of burnt out of doing the whole engineering thing. And so that kind of led me to want to start a business, because I love running businesses around something I love, and gunpla seemed like a great connection. There's a little bit of a detour along the way. We actually started selling books on Amazon briefly, buying and reselling books. But the long story short, got into selling gunpla. Through that, we started shipping through Amazon. Amazon was our distribution center, until I realized that they would pack boxes or pack kits into pouches sometimes, and we had some issues with that. And so ultimately took that all in-house. And when I say in-house, I mean literally in my house, because again, we're a one-person business right now. The warehouse exists in my attic, which is kind of amazing. Makes for a really easy commute. So yeah, that's the short version of how I got into running a gunpla store. If this is your first time seeing anything from us, make sure you check us out. We're at mechawarehouse.com, and we're still shipping. COVID-19 has been an interesting time. It's kind of been a great time for us in that demand is up for buying kits, and some of the marketing we've done during this time has really kind of put us on the map, which is amazing. But at the same time, I'm really sad about the situation we're all in. My heart goes out to anybody who has either dealt with being sick, has family members sick, or even worse, had deaths in the family, loss of work, and that kind of stuff. My heart goes out to you guys. Really hope this is over soon, because I want to get back to training and seeing people in the real world. But until then, we'll keep shipping kits. We're shipping quickly. Place an order, typically it'll go out the same day or the next day, and yeah, everything's still going well. So thank you for watching, and hopefully see you guys soon. Thanks.